Two standout travel cards, two powerhouse brands, one big question. Which one really delivers? On the left, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Travel smarter with flexible rewards. On the right, the Citi Strata Premier. Maximum points on everyday and travel. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. All right, so before we jump into the details, here's the roadmap. We're breaking it down category by category. Annual fee, welcome bonus, earning and rewards, travel protections, credits and perks, transfer partners, usability and popularity, and, oh, can't forget, foreign transaction fees. Got all that? Cool. Let's start with the basics. Talking annual fee first, because honestly, who wants to pay more than they have to just for carrying a card? Both Chase Sapphire Preferred and Citi Strata Premier come in at a super reasonable $95 per year. There's literally no daylight between them on this. It's kind of nice when two competitors don't try to surprise you on price, right? So for cost, it's totally neck and neck. All right, now let's get into the welcome bonus. This is usually what makes people say, maybe I'll finally apply. Starting with Chase Sapphire Preferred, you get a beefy 75,000 points after spending $5,000 in 3 months. Depending on how you redeem, that's anywhere from $750 to $1,500. Pretty dang rewarding, but you do need to hit that slightly higher spend requirement. On Citi Strata Premier, things are a bit more flexible. Typically, it's a 60,000 to 75,000 point bonus after $4,000 spend in 3 months. Decent. Now, the catch. The redemption value isn't quite as spicy unless you really know your way around transfer partners. All things considered, Chase just edges ahead here. Next up, this is where Citi tries to show off. Earning and rewards. Okay, with Chase Sapphire Preferred, you're looking at 5x points on travel booked through Chase Travel, 3x on dining, streaming, and online groceries. It's not bad, but if you're hoping to rack up points on gas or supermarkets, yeah, those categories are kind of lower. Flip to Citi Strata Premier, and Citi goes full throttle. 10x on hotels, car rentals, and attractions when you book through citytravel.com. Then a nice broad 3x for air travel, hotels, dining, supermarkets, gas stations, and even EV charging. Seriously. Only thing is, that juicy 10x bonus is locked to their portal. But for everyday earners, Citi wins this round hands down. Oh, and here's something cool you may not know. Chase Sapphire Preferred actually kind of invented the idea of a hybrid travel card. You know, the kind that lets you cash out points or transfer them to airline partners for big upgrades. Low-key, it changed how travel rewards work. Travel protections. Okay, now we're talking insurance and security. This is where Chase flexes hard. You get primary car rental insurance. Big deal if you ever rent. No need to worry about your regular auto policy. Plus, trip cancellation, interruption, delay insurance, and some extra luggage protection. Citi's Strata Premier covers trip issues too, adds luggage protection, but the car rental coverage is secondary, not primary. So if you're a frequent rental car user, Chase is just plain safer. Credits and perks. Starting with Chase Sapphire Preferred, they've got a quirky combo. Annual 10% points bonus, up to $50 annual hotel credit, but only if you use their portal. And bonuses with Lyft, Peloton, Dash Pass. Not bad, but you gotta play in the Chase sandbox. Citi Strata Premier, though, hands out a $100 hotel discount, but only on bookings over $500, and again, just once a year via the Citi portal. Plus, Citi rocks not 1, not 12, but 17 airline and hotel transfer partners. It's kinda wild. So for those perks, Citi's just a bit more generous. Transfer partners, this is for all you points nerds out there, Chase Sapphire Preferred, about 14 transfer partners, including some seriously solid US airlines. You can really squeeze value if you know how. Citi Strata Premier goes next level, with up to 17 airline and hotel partners. Lots more international options. So if you're international or want variety, Citi gets the crown here. Usability and popularity. All right, Chase Sapphire Preferred is basically the cool kid. Widely accepted, their travel portal actually makes sense, and everyone knows it. If you want a card that's easy, this is it. Citi Strata Premier, on the other hand, is solid in both the US and internationally. And their portal is fine, but honestly, sometimes you wish it was more intuitive or plugged in like Chase. So this category goes to Chase. Last category, foreign transaction fees. This one's simple. Neither card charges foreign transaction fees. So whether you're buying croissants in Paris or tacos in Mexico City, you're good. No awkward surprises. Chalk it up as a tie. Just to give you a visual here, if you mapped all 8 categories, you'd notice Citi Strata Premier outscores in everyday rewards, credits, and transfer partners, while Chase Sapphire Preferred comes out stronger on welcome bonus, travel protections, and ease of use. Some ties, but you can really see where each card stands tall. So here's the bottom line. If you're the kind of traveler who wants bulletproof trip protections, killer point value, and a super friendly travel portal, Chase Sapphire Preferred is going to feel like home. If you want maximum rewards on daily spend, bigger airline and hotel options, and a beefy hotel discount, Citi Strata Premier totally shines, especially if you're a frequent international flyer. Both are awesome, but honestly, depending on those key perks, Chase is who we go with here. Was this helpful? If you want to dig deeper or find the card that really matches your travel style, check out our other comparisons. Travel smarter, rack up those points, and make every trip